I will always say that it was Blue's brainchild. It was his vision.
For me, music is this just raw, vulnerable expression, and people see into you when you are able to share music.
Blue came to me and said, I have this vision for a gay men's choir in Knoxville.
But I started talking to him about how I thought that Knoxville was ripe for this gay men's chorus.
And I don't really know how to go about doing it.
I didn't know what it was going to look like.
So I kind of had a lot of the skills that he was looking for to complete the package.
We realized that both of us wanted to have a Knoxville gay men's chorus.
That was the beginning, was in Nashville with Blue's idea.
One of my goals was to create these unlikely bedfellows, to bring communities together that you wouldn't normally find at the same table.
That was kind of my connection, of giving people an opportunity to have an identity and an outlet for expression.
But I think one of the most important things is to take our songs, to take our stories to places that still haven't heard it.
No one was telling anyone in East Tennessee what it was like to be gay in East Tennessee. That had never been done.
There are parts of our story that we've never been able to even talk about. And finally, those questions have been able to be brought to the table.
The Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus gave me undeniable proof that I had done something to change my corner of the world.
We have this opportunity to make people think, to bring folks together, to make a space for these men that were willing to come and show their courage to be supported and loved and sing with each other.
My coming out story, I've always known I was gay.
So, I knew I was gay when I was really young, like teenager, but I didn't come out until I was 24.
So I was about 25 when I first decided to come out to my sister.
My coming out story, I don't think there really is a coming out story for me. I always tell everybody I came out of the womb and here I was.
My mother outed me during my sister's wedding. It was always very funny because it was kind of just a non-event in my life.
I think the only challenges that I faced were early in my career.
I was taught and told to marry and have children. Knew that I was gay. Ultimately ended up marrying her. Had a beautiful son who is now 21, which is quite the blessing. The marriage didn't last.
I knew that I was gay. The problem was, I was brought up in a very conservative household. I never knew how to come out. I never knew how to make that leap.
I was mortified at the thought of someone even mentioning that I was gay.
I dated women. I was engaged to people, to different women, but it didn't work. It didn't feel right, and it always fell apart. So my coming out occurred when I was 42 years old. And once I was able to make that one connection, everything fell in place after that, and I never looked back.
So when I finally did come out, it was like the burden of the world had been lifted.
I can't tell you what that feels like when you finally say the words, I'm gay, but it's like this weight, huge weight is just lifted off of your shoulders.
We're all exactly the same at the end of the day. At the end of our journeys, we're all the same.
I always think it's kind of fun when someone just assumes that I'm straight. I don't know, it's just, how do they not know?
I rode a bicycle to the New Orleans Athletic Club in New Orleans, one of the oldest men's clubs in the United States. One day I found a business card attached to my bicycle. Vince was teaching aerobics at the athletic club at the time, and he left a card with his phone number on it. And I called him. We went on a date the next weekend, and really became inseparable after that. He was my best friend and I was his. He was a university professor and taught at Temple University, and then he came to the University of Tennessee. Unfortunately, at that time, I was living back in New Orleans. But we made a very difficult relationship work for both of us. My partner and I lived together and apart for 27 years. He was a very bright man, but very introverted. And then in July of 2013, he shot himself in our garden shed. And the bottom really fell out at that point. I didn't really know where to go. I didn't know which way was up. And I was really concerned for my own existence. The moments immediately following his suicide were so difficult. I remember after the ambulance left, after everyone was gone, I sort of went to my back porch and I felt like I had no one really to call. There is no way to describe the myriad of feelings that come at that moment. Betrayal and anger and just a sense of huge loss that nothing seems to fill up. It's just so difficult to cover over the hole that he left in my life. And it's difficult even over time to pick up the pieces because the questions remain. There are no answers to any questions. I have no answers. And there was nothing left that would give me any clue as to what was going on. It's said so often that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And it is. The tattoo of the day is a semicolon, which simply means pause. Think about what's happening. Think about the impact it has on the people around you. I know that wasn't foremost in his thinking, but reach out to someone, and I think that's the most frustrating thing, is that he didn't reach out. It's important for me, for my partner of 27 years, to remember that he was a person. He contributed to his community. He loved, he lost, and over time, we can lose a sense of the person because they really become something less. We tuck them away in a neat place and leave them there. But I drag him out every few days and experience life with him again. When suicide occurs, it creates such a hole. And to find forgiveness is such a difficult thing.
I think that people are more aware. I think that through music you can get a message across without beating someone over the head. I think that through the music and through our performances, we can carry a message of hope, of tolerance, of acceptance.
I think it's more important now than ever that a gay men's chorus is out and open in the community.
We're such a visible part of the community, and I think even more than that, it's our message.
The Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus is a huge asset to our city. I think it's really helped to open minds, open hearts, and really helped our city evolve in the few years that they've been in existence.
The presence of KGMC has really made a difference in that it's an arts organization that you can take away the word gay, you can take away the word men, and it's just an arts organization that people have come to recognize is actually an outstanding choir.
Music is a very powerful way to connect people together, and I think it's with the Gay Men's Chorus, it's proven to be a very powerful medium for bringing our community together.
KGMC brings a spiritual element to the LGBT community. Pride, by its kind of nature, is this celebration. KGMC really is more of the soul of the community in a way. I will get chills at a KGMC concert.
KGMC really affects the whole region. I mean, we have members in our choir. I live in Johnson City. We have members who live near Johnson City. We have one member who drives even farther, almost 2 hours, to be a part of this choir. We have people who drive from Morristown. We have people who drive significant distances to sing in KGMC because it means that much to them, and it means that much to be a part of this group of people.
Knoxville is a very diverse city, and we're a welcoming city, and we celebrate the diversity that we do have in the city. And I think it's important that we have a group like the Gay Men's Chorus to be able to show our community the talent that we have and the fact that we are this diverse and that we celebrate that.
I'm incredibly thankful that we have KGMC here. I think it's an outstanding organization that has grown tremendously and shown amazing resilience in the face of a great deal of change.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart a big thank you to the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus, to all of them as a group and to them individually for being willing to put themselves out there and to share their talent and to really make our city a better place. And I mean that's not just shallow words. They have made Knoxville better. They've helped us evolve. They've helped open our hearts, open our minds, and really brought people together with the beauty of their music. So I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
So it actually happened from our first conversation that we had. We met through a dating app.
We met online.
Well, we met on a popular online dating service that was not Christian Mingle.
I was at home and I get this message on Facebook Messenger. Ted inviting me to go on a date to see the Santa Ana Diaries. Well, it wasn't an official date.
We had made a date that we would get together for some ice cream, and we did, and then we sat in the parking lot until they turned all the lights off, and we said, okay, well, we want to meet again. We want to go out on a real date, food, all of that, and we had made plans for the next Saturday, and I think 2 days passed, and we couldn't wait any longer, so we went out on like that Tuesday or that Wednesday because we couldn't wait till the next Saturday.
He came over to my house one evening, and we sat on the porch and talked for hours and hours and hours, and then had our first date at a Starbucks the next day.
And then we went on a date, and then another date, and we basically just started living together.
Our chemistry was really unique from the moment that we did meet. He was not like anybody that I had ever met before. But yeah, when we went out that following Tuesday after having met on Sunday, I was like, okay, I want to see this guy every day.
Well, I think the night that I proposed, it was on our sort of year anniversary.
And I had no idea. I thought we were just going to dinner downtown at the Bistro, our restaurant. His gift was this video, and he makes videos. He's great at it, but it floored me.
So we've been together for 5 years at that point, and I proposed at UT Gardens and combined kind of our two passions. So one is plants for him, and then country music for me. I love Garth Brooks, and so I took To Make You Feel My Love, and I had all of our friends placed through the gardens, and each of them had a verse from To Make You Feel My Love, and they would say it to him as they were walking him through the gardens until it ended at me at the very end, where I finished and I tried to sing the last verse, but I couldn't because I heard him crying as he was coming down through the gardens, and then I started crying, and so it was like, will you marry me? You know, and that's how the proposal went.
So we had been together for I guess about 6 years or so.
About 6 years. Yeah.
Lived together, but we couldn't get married.
He proposed to me on stage at one of our concerts in front of 500 people at the Bijou. And then a year later, we got married.
Here's the thing. He didn't have a clue.
And
you're
then,
like, what is he doing?
and the house lights came up, and I had Ricky just pushed me out onto the stage. I was like, oh my gosh, what is he doing?
Okay.
And that's when he asked me, and it was quite amazing.
I know for all the years, you know, when I first sort of came out to myself, I always wanted what I have now, and I never thought I was gonna ever get that.
You know, our love is the same as
Straight
my
couples,
parents' love,
yeah.
you know, what they had.
But the love that I have for him and that he has for me, it doesn't feel like anything that I've seen anywhere else.
I know that my love is a normal, everyday, real people, human love, and it's the same as anybody else's.
Love is love no matter what is basically this.
Yeah.
Our love is just as important as any other couple.
Love is not something to be fearful of or let anybody else influence what I think or anything like that. My love for Shane is like the love that you have for anybody. The love that, you know, I always wanted, and I don't have to be scared of it.
We're just normal people like everybody else, and love is love.
Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus means community to me. It's a community of people that share a lot in common. It's not just that we're gay. It's not just that we love to sing. It's that we're open about our lives.
It's a way for people who don't feel comfortable to come out and find a new normal.
If you were able to ask each of the guys in the chorus, it would be hard to imagine that their quality of life isn't stronger, isn't richer as a result of their time in the chorus.
It's a space where I can be me. It's a venue where I can perform. It's a venue where I can touch other people's lives, hopefully make a difference.
Without the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus, I don't know if I would still be in Knoxville. I know that I wouldn't be as happy a person as I am today without the chorus.
There's just nothing like singing. There really isn't. There's nothing like singing, there's nothing like music. There's nothing like being a part of a group that really cares about music and what music means for them.
Finding this place where I really do fit in has been really rewarding.
To let other people, let people see we're not all that much different from the straight world. We all want to be loved and be accepted, and that's what I find in KGMC.
This is my local family. Monday night is a time that I get to have with this incredible group of men who accept me.
When I joined, it was at a time where I wasn't really comfortable with myself and being out, and being able to come to a group like this every Monday, just kind of a sanctuary for me.
Every Monday night, I look so forward to attending rehearsal. So that becomes a family reunion for me every Monday night.
Just us meeting on Monday night and practicing, and it's not just us getting on a stage and performing together. It's more of a network of friends.
It just binds us together and creates a bond that I think is unbreakable.
It's always so welcoming, and it is my local family.
These guys are really family. It's a close-knit group of guys. I think everyone should have a KGMC in their life.
KGMC has just become my second family. I guess you could say my first family here in Knoxville.
These are my friends, if you want to call them brothers, my sisters.
We are a community. We are not alone. We do stand united and together. And KGMC is where I felt like I would have that.
It's nice to have this group and have supports, and it's be pursuing an art.
I definitely grew up wanting to have brothers, and I had 3 older sisters, and I always thought, what would it be like to have brothers? And now I'm very touched by the fact that I have about 49 brothers, and that's something you can't by. That's a good feeling.
I have made friends in this chorus that are people that I will know and be friends with my entire life.
We decided to call the show We Are Family, I think, as a reflection of the family that's been created here over the past 5 years. And it really is a family in so many ways, of people that support each other, of people that work together, of people that come together to make music, not only to sing together, but also to build a community and to build a presence in Knoxville that didn't necessarily exist in our form before KGMC started. We started 5 years ago, and there's been many wonderful directors that have come across our stage, and I'm honored to be the director now. And for the past 2 years, it's hard to believe this is my 4th show already with KGMC. But as we celebrate everything that has been positive about this, I think we also have taken the time to look back and explore the people that made this possible, and all of the individual lives that have been affected in the community and in what we do as we kind of put ourselves together. Testimony is a piece that is really special to a lot of people in this choir. It's been sung before, but I think it's especially meaningful in the 5th anniversary show. And it speaks, literally, it uses the words of people who wanted things to get better and who wanted things to be improved in their own lives. And it comes from the It Gets Better project, and people submitted different words, and then Stephen Schwartz, the famous music theater composer, took these words and set them to music. And I think one of the most important and most powerful parts of this is that it says, if I had taken my own life, that I would have missed so many wonderful things. I would have missed the chance to sing out like this. I would have missed making these amazing friends and having these beautiful experiences that I've had. And for me, that's especially meaningful as being a 19-year-old kid who took as many pills as I could find one day and wound up on the floor and was very close to dying until my roommate found me. And there was this 19-year-old kid that now I look back and I wish that I could say to him, it gets better, and here you are, and it was gonna be okay. And now I'm conducting the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus, and I couldn't have imagined that 20 years ago, but here I am, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's been an amazing journey and an amazing ride. And I'm just one part of this story of all of the many guys in this choir who look back at things, and I'm sure they all wish they could go back and tell themselves 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 50 years ago, that things would get better and things would work out, and things are exactly as they should be.
I will sing out.
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 I will play out.
I will use my voice for change.
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 I'll use my voice for change.
I will 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 use my voice for change.
I am the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus.
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 I am the Knoxville Gay Men's Chorus.